Hey, Manny Talavera here. Randy Pierce and I really appreciate you all taking a look at our masterclass today. We had been talking about putting this together for quite a while. I was able to clear my schedule, and I really think that you're going to get a lot of value here. What I'm going to be covering today is the 5 keys to doubling your carpet cleaning business in 12 months or less. My goal for this training is to show you how to start building your carpet cleaning business on a solid foundation, even if you're a new carpet cleaner and even if you do not know a lot about marketing. I can tell you that this is going to be a very short training, but I am going to go over the 5 keys to actually doing this. We're going to show you those. So who is this for? If you actually own a carpet cleaning business, if you're wanting to earn more while working less, if you want to scale to 6 figures or more, and also if you want to build a business that you can ultimately sell, you're going to get some value here. I'm going to give you a lot of ideas, and at the end of this, we are going to give you an opportunity to work with us if you actually need more help. But right now, you don't really need that much. The only thing that you're going to need is you're going to need something to write on, something to write with, and you're going to need something to drink. And so what I'm going to do for the next few minutes is just tell you a little bit about me, and then what we're going to do is we're going to dive right in and we're going to start talking about the 5 ways. My name is Manny Talavera, and I've been working both online and offline in marketing since around 2006. I have met and worked with some of the biggest names in marketing. Here's a picture of me and Dan Kennedy. Here's a picture of Bill Glazer and I. Here's a picture of me presenting Info Marketer of the Year at one of the Info Summits. Here's a picture of Jeff Walker and I. Here's a picture of Frank Kern and I, and I'm in Frank Kern's inner circle right now. And this is a picture of Russell Brunson and I, and I've actually met Russell Brunson several times as well. Now, in addition to this, I was actually the default guest speaker in Dan Delene's Pro Cleaners Network for over 2 years, and I actually still do some work from time to time with Dan and Craig. So what I'm going to do now is we are just going to dive right in, and we're going to start talking about the 5 ways to grow a business, any business. But most importantly, we're going to tell you some really, really good things that you can do to grow and double your business. The first thing that you can do to double your business is increase leads. And increasing leads is all about getting people to raise their hand and express interest in having a conversation with you. The second way you can grow your business is to increase conversions. And increasing conversions is getting more of those people who raise their hand and express an interest, getting more of those people to buy from you. And the third way you can grow your business is increasing average transaction size. And there are many ways you can increase average transaction size that we're going to talk about today. The fourth thing that you can do is increase frequency of purchase. And increasing frequency of purchase for you is getting in that home more often and just selling them more things, and we're going to talk about. And the fifth way you can do this is increase lifetime value. And increasing lifetime value is all about getting those people who would buy from you for a year or 2 years, getting those people to buy from you over and over for several years. The average person moves every 7 years. And so your goal is to actually clean that person's carpets for 7 years at minimum. We're going to move forward here. So the first thing that you can do is increase leads, and we're going to talk about this. So one way that you can increase leads is start systematically asking for referrals. And you can ask for referrals from every single person, not only that you come into contact with, but every single person who you actually get into a home and clean for. Your goal should actually be to ask for referrals every time you clean someone's carpets. You should have a conversation with them before you clean the carpet. You should clean the carpet. You should actually review what you did for them, show them the work that you did, and when you're actually getting that check, you should have a conversation with them, and that conversation includes saying, Mrs. Smith, we appreciate an opportunity to work with you today. Could you give us the names of 3 or 4 people who might be interested in our service that we could contact? We like working with people just like you. A lot of you all are missing out on an opportunity because you're not asking for referrals. And if you start systematically asking for referrals, and in my opinion, you should ask for 3 to 4 referrals from every single person that you actually work with, what's going to happen is you're going to start getting those, and you're going to convert those people into actual clients. The next thing that you can do is you can find joint venture partners in your area. You know, I do a lot of coaching and a lot of consulting. And the first thing that I ask people when I have a conversation with them is who in your marketplace has a list of your customers in their database. Right now, who can you think of who has 1,000 or 1,500 or 2,000 customers in their database who would actually be good clients for you? I'm going to give you some examples of this. You might have a landscaper out there who has 1,000 or 1,500 customers he services, and he only works with them maybe 7 to 8 months a year. So you've got landscapers, you've got pool cleaners, you've got HVA techs. There are many business owners out there who have a database of customers who could actually ultimately endorse you and get you in front of those people in a positive way. Now I want you to think about the landscaper for a minute. Landscapers work 7 to 8 months a year, and if they push snow, what they end up doing is they end up working about 10 months a year. The thing is, though, they have a few months there where they make no money. They don't do any work at all. And if we have a light winter, you know, they're not pushing any snow, so they're not making any money. Now, let's say they had 1,000 customers in their database. What you do is you go to that landscaper and say, look, you got 1,000 customers in your database. I would like you to send them a letter on my behalf and introduce them to me and my services. And for every single one of those people that buy, I'm going to give you a $10 referral fee, or I'm going to give you a $25 referral fee, or you might give them 25% of the first sale. There are a lot of ways to do this deal, but what you need to understand is that you're only paying for the people who actually become customers. But I want you to think about it from this perspective. What if this person had 1,000 people in their database and they sent some information on your behalf and you were able to get 50 or 100 new customers? I mean, a lot of you, that would double your business in just a few weeks or less. There are just a lot of opportunities to do that. And what you want to think about here is that when someone refers you, these people are more likely to want to be your customer. This is the thing. I can tell you how great I am all day long, but when someone else tells you how great I am, that causes you to want to work with me even more. So, you know, in increasing leads, what you want to look at is you want to look at asking for referrals, and you want to find joint venture partners in your area who you might be able to work with, and this is just 2 ways to do that. The second thing that we can do is we can increase conversions. The first thing that you're going to do to increase conversion is you're going to create a unique selling proposition that causes someone to want to buy from you other than by price. When you're only advertising price to the marketplace, the only way they can actually determine whether they want to work with you is if you're the best price. But when you're advertising some other thing that you do that's different from everyone else in the marketplace, price no longer is an issue. So you can advertise fastest drying times, best service, fastest service. We won't make you wait. There are many ways you can actually market your services. You can be an all-natural company where you use all-natural chemicals. That is very popular now. But what you want to do is create a unique selling proposition where when you're having a conversation with that person, you're telling them what you do that's different from everyone else in the marketplace, and then what it is that gives them another reason to buy from you. Now, the second thing that you can do to increase conversions is don't just quote a price. Do everything that you can to set an appointment. A lot of times people give you a call. The only thing they want to know is what you're charging. A lot of you all quote a fee, but you do not deliver any value first. And in my opinion, you need to have a conversation with this person before you talk about money. First, we deliver value, then we offer our services. So you're going to tell them your USP, you're going to tell them about your business, You're going to basically deliver a lot of value, and you're going to do everything that you can to set an appointment rather than just quoting someone a price on the phone. And if you can do this, I can tell you what will happen. You could double your conversions just by actually doing this alone. And I can tell you, if you double your conversions, you'll double your business. But we're going to move forward here. The next thing we're going to talk about is increasing average transaction size. And there are a lot of ways to do that. The first thing that you all should consider doing is raising your prices. A lot of you are trying to compete with everyone else out there in the marketplace. And I can tell you, you cannot win this game, because when you compete based on price, when they reduce their price, you also have to reduce your price. The problem with selling at a low price is you can't make any money, and it forces you to cut corners. It forces you to do everything much, much quicker. When you raise your prices and you're charging what you should be charging, you can spend more time with that customer. You can spend more time cleaning those carpets. You can go the extra mile, but you can't do that if you're not charging enough. And so the first thing that you all want to look at doing is raising your prices, and quit comparing yourself to everyone else in the marketplace, and also quit competing with them. The next thing that you can do is you can create basic, better, and best pricing. A lot of you are going to that house and you're making one offer for carpet cleaning, and a few of you might be making two offers. In my opinion, you should have 3 different offers for carpet cleaning. You should have a basic service, a better service, and a best service pricing. And each of these prices, of course, get higher as these people get more services. I can tell you now, your basic service should be at least 25% more than what you are charging right now. You should be 20 to 25% higher than everyone else in your marketplace, and you should provide an excellent service. What you should then do when you go in to actually talk to that homeowner, you should have a look at their carpets. You should talk to them about their carpet cleaning needs. You should ask them when the carpet was cleaned last, right? What you're doing is you're having a consultative conversation with this person before making an offer to them. And at the end of that, after you've done all of those things, what you do is say, Mrs. Smith, I took a really good look at your carpet here, and based on where you're at, I think that you need this service. And you can tell them which one of these you think they should have. You can say, I think that you need this, but this is the thing. We have 3 different services to choose from. We've got our basic service, and it's this price. We've got a better service that's this price, and we've got our gold service, and it's this price. In my opinion, you need this service here, but we will let you decide which one that you want. So what we do here, we create basic, better, and best pricing. We have a conversation with the homeowner. We tell them which service we feel that they need based on the needs of what we're looking at. And remember, we are the expert in the marketplace, not them. Now, this is the other thing that will happen. If you provide a basic, better, and best pricing scenario to people, about 60 to 80% of the people actually take the center price, the better price, the one that's in the center. And what's going to happen is that's going to increase your average transaction size even more. Because if our basic price right now, which is our low-end model, if that's 25% more than what we were charging, and our better service is 50% more than what we were charging, and then our best service is probably twice what we were charging, every time they ascend, we're going to make more money. But we are going to move on here. Now, the next thing that we need to do is we need to increase frequency of purchase. And increasing frequency of purchase, there's a number of ways to do this. The first thing that you can do is you can lock in sales in advance. You can sell a continuity service. And what that looks like is you clean the carpet, you sit down and have a conversation with the homeowner, and you say, Mrs. Smith, we really appreciate the opportunity to come out and clean your carpets today. What I'd like to introduce you to is our Always Clean program. And with our Always Clean program, what we're going to do is every 6 months, we're going to come out and we're going to clean your carpets. You don't need to do anything. 5 months from now, we're going to give you a call. We're going to schedule that cleaning, and we're going to come out and we're going to invoice you the day we actually clean the carpets. When we're talking about locking sales in advance, we're talking about continuity. We're not talking about billing them automatically. We're not talking about setting them up on auto pay. But what we're talking about doing is convincing that homeowner to sign up for our Always Clean or our continuity program, so that now, rather than hoping this person calls us in the next 6 months, we're going to call them to schedule the next appointment. Now, I want you to think about something here. Now, let's say you have 100 people in your database who you are working with right now, and you actually offer them continuity. You offer every single one of them an opportunity to sign up for continuity. And let's say that only 25% of these people actually take you up on it. Well, what will happen is if you talk to 100 people this year and 25% actually take you up on it, what you've just done is you've got 25 carpet cleanings sold in advance. All you need to do now is contact them and schedule them when their next cleaning is due. And if you do that 4 years in a row, and every year you got 25 more cleanings, at the end of 4 years, you would have 100 carpet cleanings where these people are always going to be buying from you. And not only are they buying from you, they're buying from you twice a year. So there's just a lot of opportunity here, but we're going to move forward. Now, the next thing that you can do to actually increase this frequency of purchase is you can remind them when it's time for them to have their carpets cleaned again. And you need to do that by actually just sending them a letter and not just an email, and say, hey, Mrs. Smith, we were in your home about 6 months ago. We cleaned your carpets. It's time for you to clean those carpets again. And just by doing that, what will happen is more people will actually buy from you. The problem with a lot of you all is you're waiting for them to call you or contact you. And if you actually start systematically contacting them, which we're going to talk about that in a minute, what's going to happen is these people are automatically going to buy from you more, because you're reminding them. You're telling them it's time for them to have those carpets cleaned again, and sometimes they don't even remember the last time they had them cleaned. But we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about increasing lifetime value. Now, I can tell you all of the money in your business is by increasing lifetime value, and it's getting people to buy from you more often. And there are a number of ways to do this. The first thing that you want to create is a system of systematic follow-up. You want to actually follow up with these people all the time, and I'll tell you what that looks like. When you clean someone's carpets for the first time, you should contact that person within 24 hours to 72 hours, and you should say, hey, Mrs. Smith, we were in your home a few days ago. We cleaned your carpets. I just want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to do that, and I want to welcome you to our carpet cleaning family. In my opinion, if you're small, you should be picking the phone up and calling them. But you should also follow that up with a letter. So we're going to send them a letter 24 to 72 hours after they bought. We're going to say thank you. We're going to send them a 90-day letter. We're going to send them a 120-day letter. We're going to send them a 180-day letter and say, hey, by the way, it's time for your carpets to be cleaned again. We're going to send them a 9-month letter and say, hey, haven't heard from you in a while. We want you back. We want your business. We want to service you. By creating a system where we systematically follow up with our customers, these people will automatically buy from us for a longer period of time. A lot of you all think that people quit buying because they had a bad service or they didn't like something. The reason people quit buying from you is because they feel neglected, because of apathy, because you were not contacting them, you weren't staying in touch with them. And by creating this system, what will happen is you will increase that lifetime value. And the second way is just by constantly over-delivering. And by over-delivering, you come up with a series of things that you do for free that's extra that no one else does. And then what you do at the end, after you've cleaned those carpets, you tell your homeowner, hey, look, I wiped the baseboards down. Hey, I wiped the ceiling fans down. Hey, I wiped your vents down. You have a series of things that you do. You do them for free. No one is doing that. So if you create systematic follow-up and you are constantly over-delivering to the customer, what's going to happen is they are going to want to buy from you more often. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through some examples of what this might look like. Now let's say you have 200 customers in your database and your average transaction size is $200. You've got a $40,000 a year business. But I want you to think about something. What if we went to those 200 customers and we asked each of those 200 customers for just one referral? We didn't ask them for 4, we just asked them for 1. So we got 200 new leads, and we got these 200 new leads, but we only were able to close 1 in 4. So 1 in 4 of those 200 leads became customers. So we went to our 200 customers, we got a name from each of them, we had 200 leads, we got 1 in 4 of those people to buy, so we got 50 new customers just from talking to our current clients. What does that look like now? Well, we go from 200 customers to 250 customers, and now we're at 50,000 a year rather than 40,000 a year. Now I want you to think about something. What if we increased the amount of conversions by just 25%? And what that means is we got 25 more people to buy from the 25% more of those people to buy. If we did that, instead of getting 50 new customers, what we would end up with is we would end up with 63 new customers. And if we go now to 263 new customers, we're at 263 times 200. Now we're at 52,600 a year. Now I want you to think about something. What if we increased our average transaction size or our average ticket by just 25%? So we raised our prices by 25%, and instead of getting 200 from these people, we were getting 250 from them. Now we've got 263 customers in our database, and we're getting $250 per year from them. We are now at $65,750. And again, this is just from doing that first thing and just doing a few incremental things, which we're going to talk about. Now I want you to think about something else here. A lot of you, the biggest issue is you're only getting in that home once a year. You're only cleaning those carpets every 12 to 15 months. Well, what if we started doing some things and we got 25% of that database to actually buy twice a year? So instead of getting in the home once a year, 25% of those people let us get in that home twice a year. What's going to happen is if we do this, we're going to add 66 more cleanings to our business. And so what's going to happen, instead of 263 cleanings, we're going to actually have 329 total jobs for the year at 250, and that is $82,250 per year. And so what I want you to think about here, we went from $40,000 a year to $80,250 per year, and the only thing we did is we increased our leads by 50. We increased our conversions by 25%. We increased our average transaction size by 25%, and we increased our frequency of purchase by 25%. What you want to think about here, we didn't double anything, but we doubled our revenue by getting incremental improvement in all of these areas. And like I said, this allowed us to take our income from $40,000 a year to $82,250 a year just by some small incremental improvements. Now, I'm going to talk to you about how to determine lifetime value, because in my opinion, lifetime value is one of the most important things you will ever learn, and we're going to walk you through this. So how you determine lifetime value is you take your average ticket times the amount of cleanings per year times the amount of years they are a customer of yours. So in this example, we clean their carpets once a year, so it's $250 is our average transaction size. We clean them once a year, so 250 times 1 is $250. We clean their carpets for 3 years. So 3 times $250 is $750. What that means is the lifetime value of our client is $750. And when you're talking about lifetime value of a client, what you're looking at here is your average client, not your best client and not your worst client. If you have 200 or 300 customers, what you're going to have is 70 to 80% of them who do the same thing. And what we're looking at here is that average client. What is that average client worth to you here? So let's take a look at this example. Our average transaction size is $250. We get in the home twice a year. So now our that is $500. They buy from us for 5 years. So 250 times 2 is 500. 500 times 5 years is 2,500. Now what we're looking at here is a lifetime value of our client of $2,500. Now I want to show you something here. If you have 100 customers in your database and they're worth $750 a piece, you have a business that's worth $75,000. If you have your average transaction size is 750 and you have 200 customers, now your business is worth $150,000. But take a look at this. What if you have 100 customers in your database and those customers are worth $2,500 to you? Now you have a business that's worth $250,000. And if you have 200 customers, the business is now worth $500,000. In my opinion, the most important thing that you're ever going to do is build a database of people who buy from you over and over and over again. And when you build that lifetime value and you build that average transaction size, the value of your business increases. I want you to think about something. Most people who sell a carpet cleaning business are selling equipment and a van. You're in a position here where you can build a business where you have an asset that's sellable, where you can get a lot of money for that business. If you have 200 customers in your database and they're actually worth $2,500 to you each, what you can do is you can show these people that you have a sustainable business where they're going to be getting an income every month from this, and you can actually turn that into something. And now what we have is we have a sellable asset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to review with you for a few minutes, and we'll talk about what we went over. We went over the 5 ways to grow your business. The first way is to increase leads. The second way is to increase conversions. The third way is to increase average transaction. The fourth way is to increase frequency of purchase. And the fifth way is to increase lifetime value. And in my opinion, when you increase lifetime value, you can double the business. That's where all of the money is. The money is not in the work that you do. The money is in those people who buy from you over and over again. So I'm going to show you something. We talked about 10 things. We talked about asking for referrals and finding joint venture partners in your area and creating a unique selling proposition and not quoting a price but trying to set an appointment and delivering some value before you talk about money. We talked about raising prices and creating a basic, better, and best pricing model. We talked about locking in sales in advance through continuity. We talked about reminding your client when the next cleaning is due and creating a system where we're going to follow up with these people systematically and we're going to get them to buy more often. And then we talked about constantly over-delivering to the marketplace. So what I went over here is 10 different ways that you can actually increase your business. And let me tell you all something. Every single thing that I've went over with you so far is free. Does not cost you any money to ask for referrals or set up joint venture partners or create a USP or change your pricing model or raise your prices. All of these are free. The only thing here that has an expense is if you do a joint venture with someone, you might need to spend some money to mail some letters out. And if you're also doing systematic follow-up, once in a while we're going to send some letters out. But that is a very, very small price. It's very, very inexpensive. And so what I want you to think about here is you don't have to spend a lot of money to build your business. There are many different things that you can do that are low cost and no cost. And I have just went over 10 different things that you can do that essentially don't cost any money. And I'm glad you all listened to this. I'm hoping you all got some value from it, because I can tell you a lot of you all are working really, really hard to build this thing. And I can tell you there's some things that you can do that you probably haven't thought about, where you can double your business without spending any additional money on advertising. So what I'm going to do now, like I said, Randy and I actually created a program. I'm going to talk to you about that for just a few minutes here. We created a program called the Business Navigation for Carpet Cleaners System. It's called 6 Steps to Six Figures. And what this is it's a 6 CD set that essentially goes over a lot of what I just covered, but a lot more. And I'm going to go over what we're going to be covering in this program. So the business navigation for carpet cleaners, business navigation system is essentially, like I said, six steps to six figures. And discs 1 through 3 in those particular discs are 43 plug-and-play marketing weapons, 43 different things that you can do to grow your carpet cleaning business. A lot of these are low cost and no cost. And what I went over in the first 10 of these, we cover those in a lot greater detail in this program. And so discs 1 through 3, 43 plug-and-play marketing weapons that are low cost and no cost that can help you to build your carpet cleaning business. Disc 4, we do some review and we talk about advanced joint ventures and deal making where you can actually work with other carpet cleaners. And I actually talk to you about how you could actually take over someone else's carpet cleaning business just by actually taking over their cell phone. A lot of people in this industry, they leave the business, they are struggling, something happens and they have to close, and you can go to that person and you can work out a deal where you take over their whole business, and the only thing that you do is you acquire their cell phone number, and we talk about how to do that. Now, discs 5 and 6 are actually Randy Pierce, and so just to kind of explain how this works, discs 1 through 4, we're talking about the marketing side of the business. And discs 5 and 6, we're talking about the operations side of the business, because Randy is a 22-year carpet cleaning business owner and he's IICRC certified. He's going to talk about the 7 things he wishes he had known when he got in this industry. And disc 7 is a bonus, and what this is a do-it-yourself marketing plan and action guide. So what we've done here is in discs 1 through 3, we went over 43 things that you can do to start building your business, 43 marketing weapons. Disc 7 is a CD-ROM where you can actually print off a marketing guide. It's a template, and you can actually start loading those marketing weapons into each month, and you can start building a marketing plan basically from scratch. And like I said, this is simply a do-it-yourself marketing guide. So just to kind of go over what you get here, you get 43 marketing weapons. In my opinion, these are worth at least $500. You're getting those advanced joint ventures and review on disc 4. It's worth at least $100. You're getting the 7 things from Randy. I can tell you there's a lot of value here, at least $500. You're getting the do-it-yourself marketing plan, and I've never really offered this before. It's worth at least $100. So the total value here is $1,200, and you're getting all of this today. The home study version of this, the 7 discs, you're getting it for $147, and you're getting it with free shipping. Now, some of you all might want a little bit more help from us, and so what we decided to do, in addition to giving you all of the things in the home study program, what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 weeks of live question and answer, and the value on that would be $500. And we're also going to do a marketing plan day. This is all going to be delivered in a private Facebook group called the 6 Steps to Six Figures. And so what we're going to do on December 20th, December 27th, June 3rd, and June 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to actually we're going to answer any questions you have. And on January 3rd, we're going to actually do a marketing plan day. And we're going to talk to you about how to build that marketing plan. We're going to give you a lot more insights, and I'm just going to show you step by step how to do that if you all have any questions. And just to kind of go over this, the value of this here would be $1,900, and you're getting all of this for $247 with free shipping. So just to kind of go over the 2 different offers. In the first offer, you're getting business navigation for carpet cleaners, the 6 steps to 6 figures. It's going to be $147. You're getting that with free shipping. If you want option 2 and you want some additional help from us, what you're going to also get is you're going to get the 4 weeks of live question and answer in the private Facebook group. You're going to get the marketing plan day, and you're getting all of that for $247. Now, just to kind of go over this, you're going to get the 4 weeks of live Q&A. You're going to get the marketing plan day. You're going to get access to the recorded lives. So every time we record a live video in there, you're going to have lifetime access to that. You're going to have access to that forever. We're also going to give you lifetime access to that group. And that's extremely important, because what's going to happen is we're going to do these about every 90 to 120 days. We're going to do another one of these. So we're going to relaunch this. We're going to do the 4-week program. And if you actually buy today, you're going to get those recordings, and you're also going to have lifetime access to the future trainings, and you're going to get the recordings of those also, because they will be in the group. And this is all, again, you're going to get all of this for $247. You're going to get free shipping. And so you just need to decide which of these is right for you. I can tell you, this all comes with a 100% guarantee. Yeah, if you're unhappy for any reason, we're going to give you a refund. So my advice to you, if you need some help, we're offering you an opportunity to get the home study version of this for $147. And if you want some more hand-holding, if you want an opportunity to ask us questions live in a private Facebook group, we've created a group called 6 Steps to Six Figures. And when you get in that group, you're going to get the 4 weeks of live question and answer. You're going to get the marketing plan day, where we're going to actually go over that. These are going to be done on the December 20th, December 27th, June 3rd, and June 10th. These are actually going to be done at 8 p.m. live in that Facebook group. But if you miss them for any reason at all, the access to the recordings are going to be in there. And then, like I said, you're also going to get access to future live trainings of this. And I can tell you, the next time we offer this, it's probably going to be a minimum of $497. So what you want to do is click the link below if you're interested in one of these. If you have any questions, post in our other private Facebook group. We've got a group called Business Navigation for Carpet Cleaners. It's a free group. You can join that. If you have questions about this, you can post them in there. But Randy Pearson, I really appreciate you all taking a look at this. My advice to you is go ahead and jump in now. I can tell you, we went over lifetime value of a customer. If the lifetime value of your customer is $750 or $1,500, you get one customer and it's going to pay for this training. If you get one new customer from one of the 43 weapons we go over with you, it's going to pay for it. But what we're going to do is we're going to end out again. Randy and I really appreciate you all taking a look at this training today, and thanks a lot.